What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Radiovania, episode number 14, the weekly podcast featuring the inside of Zach and John Parker, your nerdy public radio for all things entertainment and pop culture. My name is Zach Ritello. I'm your host. Sitting across from me is John Parker. How you doing, John?
Good. How you doing? What's up, guys?
So we were just talking about Egg McMuffins, right? Biscuit McMuffins?
Sausage McMuffins.
Sausage McMuffins. You get that from the dollar menu at McDonald's?
Absolutely, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's McDonald's breakfast is really, I'm trying to think about it. If Wendy's breakfast was more prevalent, I think that'd be my go-to road trip breakfast food, you know? Because you get on the road in the morning, you're kind of tired, you
Right.
get your gas.
Get your coffee.
You just want some cheap breakfast burrito or something.
Sure.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, a day after 3 final exams yesterday, this morning, I was like, you know what? I think I need one sausage McMuffin for every final I had yesterday. So I roll through. I'm like, can I get 3 sausage McMuffins, please? She's like, yeah, that'll be $3. Roll up. She's like, $3. Holds her hand out. I drop 12 quarters. In her
Are you
hand.
serious?
Yeah, because I have a bunch of change in my car from Taco Bell runs at late nights. So, yeah, that's how that went. And then now we're hysterical. Here recording the show.
I'm sure they were thrilled to get your order.
She didn't seem very happy.
Yeah.
But
you know, she probably just turned it right around and dropped it in the Ronald McDonald's fund, right? Well, we got a hell of a show for you guys today. We got a lot of news to talk about. We're going to talk about Nintendo. We're going to talk about all the Marvel movies coming up. We got some Game of Thrones discussion. It's going to be a huge show, so stick around. It's going to be great. But, John, since it's going to be such a huge show, let's just jump right into the hot topics.
Let's go for it.
This comes from CNN.com on April 25th, 2016 by Jill Martin. It says, NFL wins Deflategate appeal and Tom Brady's suspension is reinstated. Basically says the federal appeals court on Monday ruled in favor of the NFL in the Deflategate case, which I've never heard. That's genius. Reinstating New England Patriots quarterback Tom Brady's original 4-game suspension imposed by NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell.
Boo.
What do you think about it? You don't like, is that a boo for Tom Brady or Roger Goodell?
Both. If you've never watched the NFL draft, every time Roger Goodell walks out to make the picks, everybody boos him because nobody likes him.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I've never watched a single draft in my life. Why do people not like Roger Goodell?
Just, I don't know. He's just,
he's like crotchety.
I don't have a problem. It's not that he's crotchety. It's just that he deals out a lot of suspensions and stuff like that, and some teams take it personally, which I think, you know, if they're punching people and deflating footballs and stuff like that, like.
Wait, he personally deals suspensions?
Because he makes calls on that kind of stuff. Like,
really?
you know, they rule on it and stuff like that, but he has a large say in it. And so people just kind of have disagreed with him over the years, I think. But in regards to Deflategate, you know, I think it's right. You know,
yeah, 4-game suspension sounds small.
That's reasonable. If you think about it, like last night, or I guess it'll be early this morning, about 1 o'clock in the morning, I got a notification that the second baseman for the Miami Marlins baseball team, D. Gordon, he has been found testing positive for PEDs, but
blood doping, is that what that is?
It's performance enhancing drugs. And he took that kind of stuff, and they found the positive test before the season started. So he's already played like 20 games this season, even though they already knew that he had drugs. And so there's a lot of other players in the MLB that are getting mad that they didn't stop this before the season started because it's not fair.
But they didn't know.
Yeah, but they knew, but they just didn't release it. Like, they were still like...
Oh, are you serious?
They said they were still testing stuff, and that's so weird. Yeah, it's real messed up. But
is there someone in
the thing with baseball is, like, if you get tested positive for performance enhancing drugs, you could miss a whole season. Like 162 games.
You get the boot.
This guy, D. Gordon, got only 80 games, but that's still a lot of games. Think about, and then Tom Brady, he misses 4 weekends of football?
Yeah, seriously.
And they're still going to come back and make the playoffs. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't think the suspension, like, I think it's deserved. I think it should be more.
I agree. I think 4 weeks sounds like a slap on the wrist. Like, who cares?
It's Tom. He doesn't care.
No, the Patriots don't care either.
They're gonna be fine.
Like, I hate the Patriots, but they've got a great line most of the time. And and even without Tom Brady's help, I mean, usually they can perform pretty well. So I see this as so inconsequential.
Mm-hmm.
But anywho, moving on. Sean Parker's streaming service will change movies and the theaters can't stop it. This comes from Brian Bishop on TheVerge.com on April 15th. It says, going into this year's CinemaCon, the annual Las Vegas trade show for movie studios and vendors, the biggest question wasn't whether some company was going to pull a blockbuster announcement out of its hat. It was what kind of impact the screening room, Sean Parker's recently revealed service that will stream first-run movies to the home, would have on the proceedings. Word first broke about the screening room back in March, and Parker's pitch is said to be relatively simple. Consumers buy a $150 box that lets them watch first-run movies, starting the same day they appear in theaters, for $50 each. It would effectively collapse the theatrical window, the period of time in which new films are available only in movie theaters, and to compensate for fears over lost revenue, exhibitors would get up to $20 of that rental price. Parker had already signed up some heavy hitters before the news went public: J.J. Abrams, Steven Spielberg, Peter Jackson, and Ron Howard, all proponents of the system, seeing it as an opportunity to grow the movie business. Other heavyweights like James Cameron, Christopher Nolan, and Todd Phillips were less than enthusiastic. What do you think about this? I thought this was really fascinating.
Yeah, definitely.
So you know Sean Parker, right? He was the guy that founded Napster. He's in Social Network most prominently, portrayed by Justin Timberlake. But I like the idea of being able to get a perfect example is I've been playing Ratchet and Clank, and we'll get to that when we get to the video game segment, but I'm loving this game. It's so much fun, and it's beautiful, and the voice acting is great, and the story is really just charming and fun. Right. But the movie came out today. Oh. And I was like, yeah, I know, right? I didn't hear about it.
I forgot the movie was coming out.
Yeah. And it was like, I woke up and I was like, I would really like to go see Ratchet and Clank, but I just don't have time this weekend. I got finals and stuff to worry about. I would pay, $25-ish to watch it at home, but I think $50 is pretty pricey. Yeah. I just don't see the casual consumer.
No, definitely not. Especially with other streaming services out there now that people already have to pay for, like HBO and like other TV type stuff, and Netflix and Hulu.
And I think people are willing to wait,
yeah, definitely.
People are definitely willing to wait. Like, they're lazy. So, I mean, I think it's a big deal that Abrams, Spielberg, Peter Jackson, Ron Howard are all signed up, that are they're pushing this forward. But I think they got to lower that price. I think $150 box. That's a PlayStation. Yeah, that's almost a PlayStation, and $50 a piece for the movie. You're gonna spend $1,000 if I would love to calculate how much it would cost to download every single movie that was a big blockbuster that came to the theaters at home. With this, you'd be in debt.
Yeah, debt easily.
That's a lot of money.
Absolutely.
Moving on to more movie news, NBC Universal to acquire DreamWorks Animation for $3.8 billion. This comes from Variety. NBC Universal has set a deal to buy DreamWorks Animation for $3.8 billion in cash, giving the Comcast-owned media conglomerate added heft in its effort to compete with rivals like Disney, Time Warner, and Viacom, all which cater more directly to kid and family audiences. The deal values DreamWorks Animation at $41 a share, a rich premium over the company's recent trading levels. The total equity value of the deal, including debt, is $4.1 billion. Shares in the smaller company surged nearly 25% in earlier trading after the announcement was made. DreamWorks Animation will become part of NBC Universal's Universal Filmed Entertainment Group. There's a lot of you guys can go to Variety and read the whole article. It's really analytical. I mean, there's a lot of numbers here, and this it's easily a 3-page write-up, and it's really well done. But I think this is fascinating. The first time when I read this article, I thought, was DreamWorks in some sort of financial pain?
I thought they already partnered with Universal, because if you go to the theme parks, they have Shrek, and who else is that? The Minion movie and stuff like that.
Oh, that's right, Minions is.
Yeah, so all that DreamWorks stuff, I think they were partnered, but now it looks like they're acquired and owned.
I'm going to IMDb because I'm trying to remember what was the last DreamWorks movie you saw in the theaters?
That is a great question. Probably Shrek the Third, which is a horrendous movie. If you've ever seen it, it's pretty bad.
I remember seeing it in the theaters when I was a kid.
In their heyday, they had a good run with Shrek 1 and 2 and Madagascar and what's it, Shark Tale? Is that the Will Smith one with the fish?
Oh, Shark Tale. I haven't thought about Shark Tale in a minute.
Their raunchy response to Finding Nemo. I thought it was pretty funny. I don't know.
No, I do not remember that movie at all.
Yeah, but I mean, after all the Madagascar and Shrek sequels and completely pounding those franchises into the dirt, I don't know when the last DreamWorks movie came out that I saw in theaters.
According to Wikipedia, between 2010 to 2015, this is a weird
Oh,
list.
How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, How to Train Your Dragon. Oh,
That's a good
right.
one.
Yeah, I do like that.
I've seen that one.
I thought that was a good movie.
Both of those movies are pretty good. They got Shrek. That's all they really need.
Does Shrek still
Donkey.
Does Shrek still sell though? That's the thing. Like, is Shrek relevant? I don't think so. I have not heard.
Yeah, I don't. Those first two movies are really funny though.
I don't like the second one. I thought the first one was great. Yeah.
I love the second one.
It was the second one with that about holding out for a hero, and it's like the gingerbread man's a giant.
Yeah.
God, that was trash. You know?
Mongo, the giant gingerbread
that
man.
was trash.
Be good. It's a great movie.
1998, we had Ants.
Terrible.
1998, The Prince of Egypt.
A good movie.
2000, The Road to El Dorado.
That's okay.
2000, Chicken Run.
Oh, ugh.
I love those claymation things.
2001
2001 was Shrek. 2002 was Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron.
All right, we're gonna do thumbs up, thumbs down the rest of the way down. Thumbs down.
Okay, Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas, 2003.
Thumbs up.
Okay. Shrek 2, 2004.
Thumbs up.
I go thumbs down.
Whatever.
Shark Tale, 2004.
Thumbs way up.
Are you serious? We need to watch Shark Tale.
Let's do it. I have it.
Madagascar, 2005.
Thumbs up for the first one.
Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit.
Thumbs up. Those are good movies.
Wallace and Gromit's amazing.
Yeah.
Over the Hedge. Do you remember this?
Thumbs down.
I think it thumbs down, yeah. Flushed Away.
What's that one?
That was the other...
The rat one?
No, that was... Yeah, it was with the British guy that I can't remember, but...
Thumbs down.
Really?
Ricky Gervais, is that who was in it?
Maybe,
Or-
I don't remember.
I would give a thumbs
Shrek
up
the
for
Third,
this.
2007.
Way down.
B-Movie, 2007.
Oh, way down.
I go thumbs up just because I love Jerry Seinfeld.
Come on, man.
Kung Fu
Come
I know.
on.
Kung Fu Panda, 2008.
All three of them down.
Really? I actually like the first one.
No.
No. Madagascar 2.
Jack Black was in 2 DreamWorks franchises.
Then you got How to Train Your Dragon, Megamind. The most
Thumbs
recent,
up for Dragon. Megamind didn't see.
The most recent ones are Kung Fu Panda 3, which just came out. Home. I don't.
Never seen it.
Penguins of Madagascar and How to Train Your Dragon 2. Those are the most recent.
So
movies.
I would say they're about 50-50. But
Yeah,
that's still, I mean, that's still, you got some good franchises, good lovable
you
kids franchises. So I think it's a good acquisition.
Yeah, you definitely have some good. You definitely have some good franchises in there, but like I'm looking at the last 3 ones. 86% on Rotten Tomatoes, 47%, 72%, 91, 79, 67. So I mean, they're just kind of like
Which one was 91?
How to Train Your Dragon 2.
I see. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard it's really good.
I've heard good things.
check
I
it
like
out.
the first one a lot.
Kate Blanchett's in it, I think.
Really? Gotta see that Kate Blanchett. So overall, I think this is interesting news, but
Way to go, Universal. You're hanging in there.
I mean, hey,
Now all you need is a superhero franchise.
do they have any ties to any sort of superhero universe?
No. I'm trying to think of a comic that they could get. Maybe Dark Horse. But you'd really only be able to go with Hellboy for that one.
I guess so. Oh, Hellboy was so good, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Oh, that's such
Ron
a shame that
Perlman.
they're not going to make a third. Such a shame. Next up from the Hollywood Reporter, the average movie ticket price jumps to record $8.58 in the first quarter. This comes from Pamela McClintock on April 20th, 2016. It says the spike is due to tentpoles including Star Wars The Force Awakens, Deadpool, Zootopia, and Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. The cost of going to the movies jumped to $8.58 in the first quarter of 2015, a record amount over the winter months and the first part of spring, according to the National Association of Theater Owners. This represents a 6% year-over-year increase from quarter one in 2015, when the average ticket price was $8.12. So, I just wanted to bring that up. I think it's interesting. Movie prices are getting higher. You know.
It is. It's getting more expensive to go to the movies for sure.
We should go.
And the food, man, the food is getting so expensive.
It's ridiculous.
Like $12 for popcorn and a drink.
Yeah, what was it? When we went to Dawn of Justice, we paid...
Dawn of Justice.
That Dawn of Justice. We paid...
Martha! Why would you say that name?
We paid for the combo, or it was like a popcorn and a soda, right? And that's like $15. That's outrageous. That's the price of 2 movies.
But we got a free slushie out of it.
That's true. Shout out to
But
H.
you didn't fill it up with a slushie. You got a soda.
I got a soda.
Soda.
I don't like it. I don't know. Slushies are great.
You got to go with a little blue razzle dazzle every now and then.
In a movie, I want something I can like sip on and forget I'm sipping on it. With a slushie, I feel like I'm always like, I'm constantly aware I'm eating a slushie. That made no sense.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Next topic, please.
From The Guardian, whitewashing row over Scarlett Johansson's Ghost in the Shell role reignites. This comes from Ben Child on the April 15th, 2016, and it says, Scarlett Johansson has plunged into a fresh Twitter storm over her casting in the Hollywood remake of classic Japanese anime Ghost in the Shell. The first image of the Hollywood star as cyborg policewoman Major Kusanagi hit a web on Thursday as production began on the live-action reworking, reigniting a, quote, whitewashing row, very British article, that has been rumbling ever since her casting was announced. You got some tweets here. It says, nothing against Scarlett Johansson. In fact, I'm a big fan, but everything against the whitewashing of this Asian role. Good to see ScarJo embracing her Japanese heritage. I mean, people
Who is that?
Who tweeted that? Andy Mannion.
Way to go, Andy. That was funny.
That is funny. But, so what do you think about that? Have you ever seen
I
Ghost in
haven't.
the Shell?
No.
I remember watching it once a long time ago when I was going through a Miyazaki kick. So I was watching, like, a friend of mine showed me Howl's Moving Castle, and I was like, ooh, this is good. Like, have you ever seen a Miyazaki film?
Mm-mm.
Have you, you haven't seen, like, Grave of the Fireflies or anything like that? We should have an anime day and just watch, like, all the cool ones.
We'll do that after you watch Firefly.
That's true. I need to watch Firefly. But I think this
blasphemy.
I think this is, it's fascinating, but I think it's largely overstated. I mean, the weirdest thing, I think, is that her character's name is Motoko Kusanagi. And
Kusanagi sounds really cool.
yeah, it sounds cool, and I'm sure she'll be good in the movie, and I'm sure the movie's going to be cool, but I don't know. That is kind of like I don't know. To me, that just does feel kind of like a slight to the original.
Yeah.
I mean, the creator of the original, it's like a comic book, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, if you're going to go and make a Batman comic book movie, you want to stay true to that character, but that doesn't mean that he has to be like a tall, beefy white guy. But Batman could be he could be a short, skinny black guy for all I care, and that'd be fine. But like, because that's comic books. But like with this anime, the creator of that anime, who you probably want to pay homage to with a full-length feature film, is probably envisioned that cast to be Japanese.
Yeah.
So I just think I'm not as upset as Twitter was when that came out, but I still think it might be a little much for me.
Okay.
But next up in the Hollywood Reporter, and we're coming up on the close of the movie news here, Justice League adds William Dafoe to cast.
Willem
Dafoe. He'll go from Marvel villain to DC good guy, although the details of his new character are being kept under lock and key. Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, and Gal Gadot, and Jason Momoa, and Ezra Miller, and Ray Fisher, and all those characters that you loved from Batman v Superman.
And Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern.
Justice League Part 1 will hit theaters on November 17th, 2017, while Part 2 is slated for release on June 14th, 2019. Dafoe, who starred as the villainous Marvel character Green Goblin in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man movies, is playing a good guy in a role that will see him appear in both parts of the Justice League movies. Who do you think he is?
I have a couple theories. I think the whole
DC expert over here, John.
I think the whole good guy thing is a ruse. Just because it's Willem Dafoe. I mean, look at his face. He doesn't look like a good guy.
He does not look like a good guy.
Here's a couple theories that I have.
Please don't tell me you're going to bring up the Joker theory.
No,
okay.
no.
I think that's total garbage. Anyone
No.
You've heard that theory, though,
yes,
right?
Yeah,
oh, it's terrible.
It's bullshit.
No way. No way in hell.
So I have a couple theories. Short list, real quick. I think the easiest one would be that he's Harvey Dent, because he could be a good guy, and they could follow their good guy thing, and then in a solo Batman film, he could possibly go Two-Face.
That's a good call.
That's a possibility. He could also be the voice of Darkseid, and the good guy thing could just be a complete lie. I don't think it is.
Huh. That'd be interesting.
It's a possibility. I think they should get somebody else, because I don't think his voice is a very Darkseid-esque voice. He's more of a menacing.
Do you think Dafoe would do like the mocap for Darkseid?
I don't know. I don't think he...
He does not look the...
No. I don't think he should. I'm just saying these are possibilities. I could also see him... I thought of it today. I can't remember what it is.
He's going to play the Green Goblin, and it's going to set it up for Marvel versus DC.
That'd be sweet.
2020.
2020.
No way.
I can't remember what my last one is. The Riddler.
Oh, okay. An old grizzled Riddler. I can see that being pretty cool.
Like an old creepy Riddler. And then, my last one was Lex Luthor Sr.
Oh, I still don't like this theory of yours. I don't think it's true. I think he's dead. He's got to be dead.
But I don't want Eisenberg anymore.
I liked Eisenberg. I just thought that he wasn't used well in the movie.
I don't know. I don't want him to be insane, though.
You don't want Lex Luthor to be insane?
No, I don't really like it. Because you already have the Joker.
But the Joker...
And then you're going to probably have the Riddler at some point, too.
But Lex's insane wasn't really like a Joker, like anarchy sort of insane.
Like a paranoia.
It's like a paranoia, and I appreciated that.
Okay.
I like I said, I rewatched the movie a second time, and I like all the Eisenberg scenes up to the Batman and him scene in the jail cell. I like that confrontation between the two of them.
Sure.
I just don't like how he reacts at the end. I wish he would have been more scared of Batman because he's Batman, right?
Right.
I don't like how he's just kind of like taunting him with the ding 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 on the thing.
Ding, ding.
Yeah. I thought that was kind of cheesy, but I mean, aside from that, I think he's just like a paranoid, schizophrenic sort of like weirdo. He's not. The Joker is just mentally insane, right? I think that's a whole nother category.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna go with Harvey Dent as a front runner. And then to stick with on the good guy side, if they actually are telling the truth and he is a good guy, maybe a John Jones Martian Manhunter. But he would be like a really old Martian Manhunter, which is fine.
Speaking of Spider-Man characters joining other movies, Spider-Man reboot loses one superhero but gains another. This comes from Deadline, and it says, Sony Pictures' reboot of Spider-Man will include Iron Man himself, Robert Downey Jr., as it ramps up ahead of production ahead of July 2017 release date. But the news today came as Michael Keaton, who is being courted to play the villain in the pick, has fallen out of early talks and won't be a part of the project. That had been a juicy idea, as it would have put the one-time Batman star in a Spidey movie. But we are told this is not happening, and the search continues to fill the role.
It's kind of a bummer. Michael Keaton's a pretty great actor. I was curious to see what villain he was going to play. I have no idea why he left the project. I'm sure it's something that we won't ever really know. It's cool that they add Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark to the film. From what I've heard from early reviews of Civil War, it seems like him and Peter Parker have like a relationship, and that's how, like, an existing friendship, and that's how Spider-Man comes into the fold. So it makes sense that he could make a cameo appearance in Spider-Man. Is it Homecoming officially? Do we know yet?
It is officially.
Okay, yeah, so in Homecoming. But
still don't like that title.
We'll see. We'll see what they do now, villain-wise.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think it was a slam dunk that he would have been Norman Osborn.
Oh, that would have been really good.
Slam dunk. I mean, like, every Spider-Man reboot that we've seen so far has had a Norman Osborn. I think that's the character that you kind of have to have, is the Green Goblin. Because other than that...
I would have saved him for a sequel.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, like, but other than that, that's the thing. That was another problem with Amazing Spider-Man, is that the villain was... Dr. Kirk Connors is a cool character, but the Lizard is not an interesting villain, right?
Yeah, those movies are pretty bad.
They are bad, but, like, I did like Dane DeHaan's portrayal of Harry Osborn until his transformation.
I hated him.
Really?
Yeah.
I just like Dane DeHaan. I thought that
James Franco all day.
James Franco all the way. There's no question about it. But I thought that Dane DeHaan did a pretty interesting job. Different take. I like it.
Well, that would have been cool if he was Norman. Who would Dreamcast, besides Willem Dafoe, and Michael Keaton's obviously ruled out, who would you throw in there as Norman?
Who would play a good Norman Osborn?
Yeah. In the new MCU.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Michael Caine.
Michael Caine? No.
Why not?
He's too old, man.
That would have been awesome, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, not. That's my pick. I can't think of anybody. I want someone like old, maybe a little distinguished. You got to have someone that can come across as a businessman. What about who's the guy from Mad Men?
John Hamm.
John Hamm.
That's not bad.
Maybe a little too suave.
Yeah, maybe a little. I don't know. Now that I think about it, all I want is Michael Caine. Or Michael Keaton. I don't want Michael Caine as Norman
I would love Michael Caine. That'd be...
No. Yeah, I don't know. Huh.
The Spider-Man.
They call him the Spider-Man. Yeah, well, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
They'll find somebody, though.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2 leaks set photos reveal who Nathan Fillion is playing.
Nathan Fillion's in Guardians,
This
too?
comes from The Independent.
No!
Yeah, warning. Warning, possible spoilers ahead, but who cares? As you may know, Williams in the comics is also known as Wonder Man, a retired Avenger who decides to pursue an acting career rather than fight crime. Things go south for Williams as he rejoins the Avengers, and despite being a pacifist, he eventually loses his life to the Apocalypse Twins. The posters that appear in the cinema include the Conan-esque Archon, a Marvel character who is very much like Conan, Tony Stark, the poster for which looks identical to that of Danny Boyle's Steve Jobs, and Oh Rebecca, a romantic comedy. Basically, Nathan Fillion is playing this like washed up actor named Simon Williams
in Guardians.
Do you know this character at all?
No.
Yeah, I no recollection of this character.
But I like Nathan Fillion.
I love Nathan Fillion.
And he's going to nail it. Whatever he does, he's going to nail it. Him and Star-Lord in the same movie? Come on.
Yeah, that'll be great. I hope he has like a voice, credit, right? Because he was in Guardians 1, but as that alien guy.
Nathan Fillion? Which alien?
The blue alien that picks him up in the jail cell. He picks up in the jail cell.
Really?
I'm pretty sure that was him.
Oh. Huh.
Hold on, we're going to IMDb, folks. Yeah, in 2014, Nathan Fillion played monstrous inmate voice for Guardians of the Galaxy. So
okay.
I think that's awesome if Nathan Fillion is like the who's the guy from Pixar that does all the voices? Does a single voice in every Pixar movie?
Yeah. Is it like Metzberger or something like that?
Something like that, yeah. I would love it if Fillion was that to the Guardians universe. That'd be awesome.
That's awesome, yeah.
But basically the biggest thing about this...
Or like the guy in the Spider-Man trilogy, the original one. You know what I'm talking about? The guy who's the...
Bernard?
No. No, sir. It's the guy who... In the first one, he's the ring announcer at the wrestling match. In the second one, he's the usher who tells him, like, straighten his tie and tie his shoe.
Oh, yeah.
And
I love that
In
guy.
the third one, he's the waiter. Oui. I am French.
God, those are movies. That was so good. Those are movies. Did you hear that?
They are movies, Zach. That's correct.
God, those are movies.
They need more loving.
The biggest part of the leak, though, is that there's set photos that look like Earth.
So they got to go back to, what do they call it? Terra? They're Terrans, right?
I think that's
it's
interesting.
Still Earth. They'd have to go back at some point.
I'm not happy about this.
Really? You just like them to explore the universe?
Yes,
the
I
galaxy?
think the best part about Guardians was that it was a weird and different world set with a character that is not of it. I think when you go to Earth, it's not going to seem as fantastical. I don't know. I'm sure they'll handle it well, but part of me is just like, I just wish that if they're not going to have any... Because they've already confirmed that they're not going to be... none of the Guardians are coming in for Infinity War. Unfortunately. So...
I would have liked at least like one.
Why connect them? Yeah, why connect them? I don't know.
Like, can you imagine if Infinity War, maybe not even Chris Pratt, but like Groot and Rocket show up?
I think Groot and Rocket are safe
that
picks.
That would have been cool.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Totally be safe picks. But all right, we're gonna round up. We have one more news story before we get to the big trailer thing. But the Blade Runner sequel is moved ahead to 2017 October. This comes from Deadline. You can go to read the article. It's got comments from Harrison Ford and everything like that.
Is he in it?
But yeah, it's Harrison Ford returning, joined by Ryan Gosling, Robin Wright, and Dave Bautista.
Huh.
The director of Sicario is directing a script from Hampton Fancher and Michael Green. The film will continue from the original story, itself an adaptation of the Philip K. Dick novel, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep?
Do you think Dave Bautista is going to play an android?
That'd be fascinating.
Like a big android?
A big hulking android?
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
So Harrison Ford's back as Deckard.
I think it's interesting. We'll see how it turns out.
Harrison Ford's reboots lately, man.
Yeah,
this is crazy. This is the decade of Harrison Ford now because he's coming back.
Let's just call it the era of Harrison. The Harrison.
Well, I mean, that's a good point. We got Force Awakens. We're gonna have a Blade Runner sequel, and then a sequel for Indiana Jones. Those three of his most well-known franchises within a span of 5 to 6 years.
I feel like he dropped out between 2000 and 2010 and then suddenly started making resurgence.
Yeah.
It started off bad with Cowboys and Aliens, and then it slowly got to Star Wars,
Well, after Star Wars, I think he's like, oh wait, people still want to see me.
Oh yeah, I can still make money.
I can still play this iconic role that I was really good at in my 30s.
Hey, good for Harrison, man.
I love Han Solo in The Force Awakens.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Han Solo.
Han Solo.
Closing off the movie's discussion, X-Men Apocalypse official trailer 3. I don't know.
Some new shots, some of the same shots.
I'm not a fan of this trailer.
Really?
No,
Yeah.
I like the ending with the Wolverine tease. I'm glad they didn't just show Hugh Jackman saying something kind of quippy and smart.
I think this is my favorite of the trailers,
Really?
actually. Yeah, I think it shows a little more Oscar Isaac, which I was excited about as Apocalypse.
Getting
And
past that character design yet?
I like it. It's fine. Yeah. Okay. I mean, they basically tried to take a really, really wonky character design from a comic book and make it look kind of scary. And it's okay. I mean, it's better than the Green Goblin suit in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
I like this trailer more because it has a little bit more Fassbender and McAvoy talking as opposed to just repeats of the same lines. Like, we'll take everything from... Like, it has a little bit more character development in it. I was talking to my uncle today on the phone. I'm a little concerned about them continuing to make Jennifer Lawrence more of the main character.
That seems to be a lot of people's sort of concern with this trailer is that she's suddenly
the leader because
yeah.
they kidnap Xavier.
Like, I taught these kids, they respect you, and it's like,
but like
okay,
you have to think about it, like because in this new X-Men universe, this isn't the same as the original trilogy. So Xavier's the leader. Cyclops, Jean, and Storm aren't leaders yet in the X-Men. Like, they're kids. So the only other experienced X-Men are Beast and Mystique. So maybe they'll be tag teaming, leading the new squad.
Yeah, it makes sense. I just don't. I'm like we talked about on After Dark. I've never had a connection to the X-Men universe besides like Wolverine, and I liked Days of Future Past a lot, and I love First Class.
Yeah, definitely.
I think the X-Men franchise has a lot of goodwill coming off of Days of Future Past because so many people loved that movie, and it was such a great homage to the series from an outsider's point of view. But yeah, I don't know. This trailer's fine. Like, I could have done without this trailer. I mean, it's a cool extra thing, but it's like it doesn't add to my excitement.
Well, like I kind of expected Wolverine to be in the movie, but like with any other superhero trailer that comes out now, they want to get people to come that's not a comic book fan.
Wolverine sells.
They want a casual moviegoer. So I'm glad that they didn't show any more than just like, yeah, we had a little bit of help. Ching! Like, I was like, what? When I saw that, I was studying in the library and I saw it and I freaked out. I was like so excited.
It is cool. I think
I don't think he'll be in the movie much.
No, 5-10 minutes max.
I think he's just gonna kill those guys in whatever their bunker they're at, and then he's gonna run away, and that's it. So I think we're gonna get like 5 minutes of Wolverine hacking and slashing. He's gonna look at Jean, freak out a little bit, and then run away.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see it. When does it come out? June?
Like May 26th or something like that. So we have 2 Marvel movies in May, Civil War and X-Men, and I'm looking forward to both of them immensely.
Yeah, I think I'm looking
as a huge X-Men fan, I like this trailer. I think it's my favorite one. I'm excited for this movie. I think since Bryan Singer's in charge of it, I'm still holding out for a positive movie. I think it's going to be fine.
All right. Game of Thrones Season 6 premieres to mixed reviews and lowest critic score to date. This comes from April 25th, 2016 by Gina Carboni on MoviePhone.com. So far, 28 reviews have been counted for the Season 6 premiere, with 24 fresh and 4 rotten. That doesn't sound like a lot of feedback, but it's on par with some of the past seasons. Only this season has the lowest critical rating so far. So, here's Season 1, Episode 1, Winter is Coming, 100%. On Rotten Tomatoes.
Sean Bean.
Season 2, Episode 1, The North Remembers, 100%. Season 3, Episode 1, Valar Dohares, 100%. Season 4, Episode 1, Two Swords, 97%. Season 5, Episode 1, The Wars to Come, 100%. Season 6, Episode 1, The Red Woman, 81%.
Yeah. This episode was empty.
I did not like this episode at all. I thought it was a terrible season starter.
I liked 15 to 20 minutes of this episode.
I'd say less. I'd say 10 minutes, right? Brienne.
Oh, that was the best.
Spoilers.
Oh, please.
Hold on.
If you haven't seen it, don't listen.
Yeah,
don't listen.
Spoilers. Yeah, spoilers for Season 6, Episode 1. We're not going to stay on this too much. But
that might have been one of the most satisfying scenes in the past 3 seasons of Game of Thrones for me. Because you kind of felt bad for Brienne. Because she's trying to do right by Renly and Catelyn and Jaime. And she's just failing.
Yeah,
and
she
keeps
getting screwed over.
It's kind of like Daenerys is like, Daenerys, you got to do something. It's like, Brienne, you got to make something happen. And she finally did. You know, she wiped out all those Bolton guys. You got to see Pod get a couple kills in there. Theon redeeming himself. And then to top that off, she takes the same oath that Catelyn gave her in season 2 or 3 or whatever that was from Sansa. And now you're like, Sansa's getting a little squad together. Like, it's time to get the Starks back on top. I'm excited. As a huge House Stark fan, I hate the Lannisters, and I hate the Boltons and everybody that's not Starks, basically, except maybe Daenerys. But
yeah, I don't know, man. Like, yeah, that was a great scene, but to me, like, it's been a year or more since I've watched Game of Thrones, any of the other seasons, because I marathoned all of them right before season 5. And so, like, it hit me really hard. It didn't hit me hard enough, is what I meant to say. It was like...
The whole episode or that scene?
That scene. Because I was like, oh, yeah, Brienne, she's awesome. And that scene with her taking the oath was really, really sweet. And I was like, wow, this is great. But I didn't have the connection because I was like, I could barely remember... Because this show's been going on for so long. Yeah. I can't remember what's been happening. So it's...
Yeah.
I don't know. It just didn't carry the emotional weight. The ending was awful.
I like the opening of the episode at Castle Black. I like how they...
Yeah, the opening was
They
right.
continue right where the last season left off with Jon's dead body. Dead in quotations.
He's done.
No, he's not, dude. No way. I think Sir Davos, he's always been one of my favorite characters in the show. I'm excited to see what he does this season. I do think they're going to kill him, though, by the end of the season. Because I think he's going to have a prominent role in bringing Jon back to life and setting things in motion for Sansa. I think he's going to help, and then I think he's going to get whacked by a White Walker. Because really? I think the White Walkers are going to get over the wall this season, and that's going to be the end, towards the end of the season. I think they're finally going to start setting in motion the conclusion of the series, hopefully. Because apparently,
God willing,
with the last 2 seasons, they're not even going to do 10 episodes per season, which I think is good. I think they should do like 6 to 7 per season and have like 6 to 7 really good episodes and finish the series strong, because right now everybody's in so many far places right now. They need to start coming back together to bring a conclusion.
Yeah, I wish they would take 3 years off and or however long it takes and just do all of it. Finish the show. Finish it. Just end it and come back with how many episodes were they thinking for the 7 and 8? 7, right? 7.
It's like 13 for 7 and 8 combined.
13 total. So
yes. It's like 13 to 15 total.
So roughly 6 in one, 5 in the other?
Probably.
Okay.
6 and 6 maybe?
Yeah, 6 and 6. That would make sense. Just take the time you need. Film 12 episodes if that's what you need to do.
They can be longer than an hour, too.
That's true.
If it makes a better story per episode, then do it. Because right now, between Season 5 and this first episode of Season 6, there are like... I would give 4 episodes like good ratings out of the past 2 seasons. Because I think season 4 and 3 of Game of Thrones are fantastic. Season 1's cool with Sean Bean, stuff like that.
Season 1 is still my favorite.
Season 5, like the only good episodes were like the last couple ones, and even those weren't the best, I don't think, except maybe Hardhome. I like that one a lot. But yeah, you're right. I know that they're trying to set up storylines in this episode, but this episode felt really empty to me. And by the time it was over, I was like, wow, that was already an hour. It felt like nothing happened.
Yeah, same. But I didn't feel like they were trying to set up new story arcs. It literally felt like this was another episode on season 5. Like, if this feels like season 5 should have just been a couple episodes longer, and they were like, I feel like someone in the editing booth was like, why don't we end the season at Jon's death so that we can have another season? You know?
Right, that's the whole... It's the cliffhanger.
It's like,
how much publicity did they get in the past year because of it?
I know. It's a money thing, and I think that's why it's declining. Because I don't think they care enough anymore. I think they're just stringing us along. And honestly, that's the feeling I get. Is it's just like, I'm not as entertained as I was those first 4 seasons.
Yeah.
And I know why. It's because there's going to be 2 more seasons, and they're still talking about a movie.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that everyone's hooked. So you can't escape it now. You want to know how the show ends. And
well, the critics are going down. I think ratings will start to drop afterwards.
I don't think they will. I think people are going to watch it regardless.
Dude, I think the Walking Dead phenomena is there. Like, people got oversaturated with The Walking Dead, and now the ratings are declining. I think the same thing can happen with Game of Thrones.
That's why I think they need to start coming towards the conclusion. And I do think they will.
Agree.
I do think they will this season. Just this first episode was bad. But I think they'll hit their stride soon, because there's a lot of things that I've seen in the trailer that suggest the possibilities of bringing in towards a great conclusion.
I'm hoping for a good ending. That's all I want from this show. Is I want like an ending that I can be satisfied with, and that's just the thing, man. Is that like
King Hot Pie,
wolf cookies for all. I just don't think that
with Podrick as his hand of the king.
That'd be amazing. That'd be what a squad that would be. Podrick and Hot Pie ruling.
That'd be one happy kingdom.
Yeah, I just don't know. I'm conflicted on the game. Like,
I know you're conflicted.
The next episode is this Sunday, right?
Yes.
Okay. So who knows? Like I said, I'm invested in the drama of the show.
Yes.
I don't like the story, but the drama of the story is enough to keep me invested. It's a weird. I've never had a show do this to me before. You know.
Yes.
It's usually I like a show and I like it wholeheartedly. It's never like, oh, I really like this one character, but I hate the rest of the show. I wouldn't watch it if I just only liked one character. I need more.
Yeah.
And for some reason, Game of Thrones still makes me want to watch it. So, who knows?
I think that's, and just before we wrap up the Game of Thrones topic, I think that's why they have to bring Jon Snow back, is that he's such a lovable character and he's such a relatable character and everybody likes him, and he's one of the main characters, I would say. I say there's a couple, but he's one of them that I would say is kind of unkillable to progress the story.
I think so.
And I think that's why he's going to come back, and I think that's why he's going to come back soon. Not like next episode, but soon. I think they're going to start getting there. I'm holding out. I am going to be optimistic for Game of Thrones Season 6. I think it's going to be good in the long run, but after that first episode, it's still empty. But that's just because we are so hungry for more, and we want it all now.
Who thought that would be the best episode to start the season off with, you know? That's just what I want to know.
I think this should have been longer.
Ugh. That sounds so tiring.
Not if they do something progressive and they get things done. Because
have another scene. The scene from Hard Home. That's what I expected.
Yeah.
To start the season off.
I think that'll be the next episode or the third. I think the wildlings are going to come back to Castle Black to get Jon's body, and they're going to massacre everybody in there. It's going to be awesome.
Holla.
Hold up, Team Wildling, all day. Bring Egret back. That's what that show needs. Bring Egret back. Yes.
Yeah, Ygritte was amazing. Oh my god. I saw a pop vinyl figure of her and I was like, oh.
Should have bought it.
I should have bought it, yeah.
And then a cardboard cutout of her to put next to Ray.
She needs a friend. I want to get a cardboard cutout of Poe.
Poe Dameron.
Poe Dameron?
BB-8, my buddy.
Hey, little buddy. Red Dead Redemption 2 map leaked, will be a prequel. So we're moving on to video games news. This comes from IGN. Michael Pasalacua. I'm going to say Pasalacua. I'm sorry about your last name, Michael.
Hey, Mike.
15th of April 2016. John, did you play Red Dead Redemption?
I played a little bit of it a while ago when it came out on like Xbox or something like that, 360.
You enjoyed it?
Yes, it's a cool game. It's a great game.
Red Dead Redemption, one of my most fond video game memories of last generation. That was like one of the first. So I'm thinking Modern Warfare 1 and 2, and then Red Dead Redemption, and maybe
Brawl,
yeah, like a Smash, like a Nintendo game. Those were the multiplayer games that I played last generation, and so this is really exciting. The map got leaked, but I just wanted to bring it up just because the map is huge. It looks massive.
Good.
A lot of water, so maybe there's like a water transversing vehicle. But if
they're in Mexico,
I'm trying to tell.
If they're by water, I'd say either California or Mexico. But that map looks like it'd be more Central America type.
I don't know. People have been reaching out to Rockstar to get comments about the map, so this could be totally just fake, but it looks pretty legit.
All right.
But who knows?
Check it out for yourself, guys.
Yeah. Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Times, Gerudo Valley, and Unreal Engine 4. Now, I'm not going to play too much of this, but I want John to take a look at this. This is someone put Gerudo Valley into Unreal Engine. Do you know what Unreal is?
Yeah.
It's basically, it's like the HD engine.
Yeah.
Looks fabulous, man.
Oh my god!
Oh, it looks fabulous.
Are they remaking this for NX? Is that what they're doing, or is this?
This
just
is the thing.
fun?
We're gonna get to it
because that looks amazing.
Doesn't that look?
And I want to play
gorgeous?
that right now.
Yeah. See this is this is just something that the Wii U could not do. If the Wii U tried to replicate this, it would
crash.
Die.
It would explode. It would kill everyone. Yeah. NX though. Come on. More Ocarina remasters. I want a console version of it though.
Me
like
too.
the 3D version was cool to play, but I don't like console games on handheld devices. So I want this on the NX, and I want it now.
Yeah, and I'm starting to get tired of my 3DS. I tried to play it the other day for a little while just because I was bored, and my hands are getting.
The best part about the 3DS is the eShop, and this is the same with the Wii U, is buying all these old console games that I used to play that are digitally remastered, and I could play them with better-ish graphics. Yeah. So that's cool.
Staying on the Nintendo topic, this is our hottest topic of the week, and I want to talk to you about this. Real talk.
Real talk.
I'm about to get into this.
Rotello Real Talk.
Yeah, I'm about to get real into this, folks. This comes from The Verge on April 27th, 2016 by Sam Byford or something like that. Nintendo confirms new NX console for March 2017 release. And what it says is Nintendo's mysterious NX console is getting closer. Today, the company announced alongside its annual fiscal financial results that the NX platform will see a worldwide release in March of 2017. Nothing else has been revealed about the system so far besides Nintendo's claim that it is, quote, a brand new concept, end quote. The company issued similarly brief press releases ahead of the 3DS and Wii U's respective reveals, confirming the existence of the platforms, but telling investors and the public to wait until E3 for extra information. But the NX has variously been referred to be based on Android, to use unusually shaped freeform displays, and to be a hybrid platform with both handheld and home console units. None of that was confirmed or denied by Nintendo today, and it's unclear when we'll hear any more details. The company says that the new Legend of Zelda game will be the focus of the company showing at the E3 conference in June. Alongside that, Nintendo issued a series of tweets. From Nintendo of America, on April 27th, it says, the next generation of Nintendo is coming, March 2017, hashtag NX. They followed that with, new Legend of Zelda will be the focus of E3 2016. It will launch simultaneously on both Wii U and NX in 2017. And then, more Nintendo apps are coming to smart devices, including Fire Emblem and Animal Crossing. John, this is bad news.
Bad news.
This is bad news.
Bad news bears.
Nintendo's financial report came out, and it is horrendous.
Yeah.
It's horrendous.
I figured.
They're losing money. The Wii U sales are absolutely plummeting. There's talk of discontinuing the thing by 2018.
I'm probably going to sell mine.
I think that's a smart move.
Because I don't want to play this new Zelda game on my Wii U.
No, not a chance.
So if I'm going to play it, I'm going to have to get an NX for it.
Not a chance. I'm not buying any. I'm saying this right here. I'm not buying any more Wii U games anymore because, like, I appreciate Nintendo saying, like, hey, the NX is coming, be excited. But first off, we can see your financial reports. You're not doing well. Your first-party games that are coming out this year are terrible, right? Like Star Fox Zero, its Metacritic is sitting at a 69, and that's not a bad score. That's a D. I mean, that's 69% is a D. I mean, it's close to a C, but like people are saying it's a great Wii U game. The game was thought for the gamepad, but a lot of people are saying tries and fails to blend the nostalgic feel of Star Fox 64 with new controls. While the game can be enjoyable and comes with exciting moments, it's muddled down by unwieldy controls and a bland level design. 20 from Jim Sterling, it says Star Fox Zero is just plain rotten, an otherwise run-of-the-mill space shooter that couldn't be content with its own mediocrity and subsequently mutilated itself in a desperate attempt to stand out.
Nintendo, what happened, man?
There's a Paper Mario game coming this year.
No.
There's the Star Fox that just came out. But other than that, dude, there is no fall. There's no Christmas game. There's no like game for families to go out and be like
Pokemon.
But that's not a Wii U game.
Oh,
a
okay,
3DS
yeah,
game.
we're still talking about that.
The 3DS is doing fine.
I was going to say, yeah.
The 3DS is doing great. Kids have the 3DS. It's doing well in Japan. And the numbers are climbing. But for the Wii U...
Because the games for those are good.
They're great. And I love my 3DS.
Luigi's Mansion 2 is pretty good.
I never played it, but...
Oh, yeah. It's fun. It's like it's the same as the first one. You just have more worlds to explore.
My 3DS is getting a lot less use. I know a lot of people are jumping into Fire Emblem right now. And I would love to. I'm just distracted with other things. But my problem is that Nintendo, I feel, has always been best in the home console space.
Absolutely.
Mario games, Zelda games, Animal Crossing games. And though the 3DS one was great, I love the GameCube one, Mario Kart, and like Smash Brothers, Mario Party. All these games can be on the 3DS, but they exist the best on the Wii, on their home console.
Because, like, with the exception of Zelda games, those are like party games. You know what I mean? Like, how many times have we sat down and thrown on an old Mario game on a console?
So many times.
And just get blasted while we play
awesome.
it. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, it's so great. You can't do that on one 3DS.
That's what I remember about, like, the SNES and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And N64 is, like, passing the controller and everybody taking turns and stuff like that. And I don't know.
Yeah, so here's
I feel bad because I love Nintendo.
I feel totally bad. But the thing is that this is a terrible, terrible move, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And launching the NX in March next year, so that's about a year, 11 months. That's enough time to get it cycled. You got marketing time. You got time to release the last few Wii U games, give it its swan song. You've got more time to develop The Legend of Zelda, which they've been working on for 5 years.
Right.
They've been working on this game for 5 years. And someone on Reddit brought up a great point where this is the Wii U is the first console to not feature an exclusive Zelda game in its run. The biggest thing, though, is that they won't be showing this at E3. They announced that Zelda Wii U will be the focus of their presentation. Now, whether that means that they'll show it running side by side on that NX, they're like, here's the Wii U version. And then they're like a 10-second teaser, like, here's what it'll look like on NX. And it's just like this beautiful vista and landscape. Whether or not they actually do that, them saying they're not going to promote... E3 is the time to promote your console. E3's the time, right?
Yeah.
E3 is all video gamers' eyes are fixed on this conference. The biggest news comes from this conference. The stockholders are there. Reporters are there. You dominate the news cycle if you have something cool to show. And Nintendo is going to put out a Nintendo Direct. First of all, they're not going to be there. They're just going to put out a video saying, here's Zelda, have fun. And then, dude, it's just so... I'm just so concerned for Nintendo because I think this is a bad move.
Yeah.
And I just don't see that. I
hope the NX is amazing. I hope it sells. But as of right now, I agree with you. I'm concerned. I have a lot of beloved memories with the Nintendo games, and they're just going down the toilet.
And they're still great games. It's just my Wii U has not seen any love.
What's the best Nintendo game in the past 5 years? Besides Super Smash Bros.
Besides Super Smash,
because
that's obviously jumped to Smash Wii U
because that's the best one. That's
Smash
like
Wii U is the best Smash.
That's the best Wii U
console. Wii U game,
and the remakes of Twilight Princess and Wind Waker don't count. It's like, what's the best original game that they put out in the past 5 years?
Super Mario 3D World was pretty cool.
That was a good one. I played that one. Yeah,
short,
very short,
way too short.
Yeah.
Miitomo? No, seriously though, there's nothing. The Wii U's been a failure. It's a failure. It sold less than the Dreamcast.
Yikes!
It's a clunky unit with a terrible controller. It's not intuitive, and now you got games like Star Fox that should have been cool are being hamstrung by controls that you can't turn off. The game is not going to sell well. It's not being reviewed well, and Nintendo is choosing not to say anything about their console until after E3. Smart move, Nintendo. Way to go. Diatribe over. All right, this is the roundup. Here we go from Kotaku on Nintendon't on April 20th, 2016. This is every big video game coming out this spring, so let's run through this really quick. April 20th, Dig Dug Galaga Pac-Man Miss Pac-Man for PC, PS4, Xbox One Arcade. April 21st, Battlefleet Gothic Armada PC Strategy. Don't Starve Together PC. April 22nd, Lumo PC, PS4, PS Vita, Xbox One. Star Fox Guard and Star Fox Zero for Wii U. April 25th, Corpse Party for PC. I'm not going to pronounce that one. Alienation PS4, which looks really cool. Cornerstone, The Song of Tyrim. Dungeons 2, PS4. Hitman Episode 2, Sapienza, PC, PS4, Xbox One. Hyper Devotion Noir, Goddess Blackheart, PC. King's Quest Chapter 3, Once Upon a Climb, PC, PS3, PS4, Xbox One, 360, Xbox One, holy crap. Sega 3D Classics General Collection.
That sounds kind of cool.
That does sound cool. 3DS, Severed PS Vita, which I'm excited to play. Stranger of Sword City PS Vita, The Walking Dead Michonne, Episode 3 for Android, iOS, and every other platform on the planet. April 28, Lost Reavers, Wii U. Mini Mario and Friends, 3DS and Wii U. Off-World Trading Company, PC. May 3rd, Battleborn, PC, PS4, Xbox One. Radiovania, PS Vita. Shadow Complex Remastered, PS4. The Park, PS4 and Xbox One. May 9, Stellaris, PC. Mega Tag Mention Blanc plus Neptune versus Zombie. PS Vita.
I want it.
Yeah, I know. The Magic Circle Gold Edition, PS4. Uncharted 4 at Thief's End. Did you see, I was going to bring this up in the Hot Topics list, but did you see that there's a bunch of leaked copies that have been...
No, I didn't.
Apparently, according to PlayStation, some copies were stolen in transit. Whether or not that's true or not, people have the game now.
Is it
early.
good?
Huh?
Good?
I have not. Dude, I'm staying as far away from this as
good.
I possibly can.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, I filtered the Uncharted subreddit on Reddit, and God, I'm so scared I'm going to get something spoiled. Because Neil Druckmann came out, the director of the game, and was on Twitter the day after the leaks, and he was like, be cautious, be wary, spoilers are out there. He's like, a lot of big surprises in store for this game, and I'm like, oh no.
I'm so excited. Next Tuesday, right? Not this upcoming Tuesday, but the one after is the 10th.
2 weeks.
Yeah, so 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Whew.
10th of May, man.
I'm excited.
I'm so pumped. Life is
I
going to
got
stop.
to pre-order mine. I still haven't pre-ordered
me
it
too.
yet. And I got to pick it up and play it all in the same day.
Oh, yeah. What we should do is we should both get our copies, and then we'll put two TVs like side by side, but like turn them, and we'll just be facing opposite directions, and we'll see where we are.
Oh gosh.
May 13th, Doom
live
comes
playthrough
out.
of Uncharted 4.
Seriously. Oh, we could stream the whole game. Disney Art Academy 3DS on May 13th. May 17th, Homefront: The Revolution, Shadow of the Beast, and Valkyria Chronicles Remastered. May 24th, Mirror's Edge Catalyst, Overwatch, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutants in Manhattan for PC, PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, and Xbox One. Have you read about this game at all?
No.
It looks fun. Is
it like the cartoon?
It's stylized like the cartoon. It's
Good.
top-down brawler.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, it looks fun. May 27th, Cat Lateral Damage, which is a simulator where you play as a cat. Sherlock Holmes, The Devil's Daughter for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. May 31st, Dead Island Definitive Edition, One Piece Burning Blood, and then going into June...
I want to play that Neptune versus Zombies game. That sounds dope. What do you like, the god Neptune? And you fight zombies? When does that come out for?
PS Vita.
I don't have that. You'll have to let me know how it is.
I'll let you borrow it.
Thank you.
So here are the upcoming Wii U games into June. Star Fox Garden Zero, which came out April 22nd. Lost Reavers, April 28th. Mini Mario and Friends, April 28th. And that's it. And then there's a Kirby game coming to 3DS.
The only game on that list that I'm super excited for is Uncharted.
Oh, yeah. Uncharted's going to be great.
And Neptune versus Zombies.
Neptune versus Zombies, Hyper Dimension X.
The power of the ocean will defeat you.
And John, that closes out the Hot Topics list. That took so long.
Sorry, Nintendo.
That was the biggest list of news we've ever had.
Yeah. We had a lot to catch up on.
Busy week.
Yeah.
Busy week.
Busy.
So before we close out the show, why don't we go to At That Jack Corner?
At That Jack Corner. It's the At That Corner.
We gotta have like a theme song where it's like...
I just want a picture of an at.
At Corner.
At Corner.
So the
really fast.
what's it called? The
At That Corner.
At That Corner.
For now, we're workshopping the title. So the fun topic this week, brought to you by yours truly, is I was thinking about all the Nintendo topics and stuff like that, and I think it'd be fun if just like, your dream Zelda Mario mashup game, and this is going to save Nintendo in sales.
So can we put a restriction on this and say the game has already been in production and it will be out before the end of the Wii U's life?
Sure.
So this is the the big Wii U game, and it's
Yeah.
Mario and Zelda together.
Yes. Do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
Why don't you bat it off? I gotta get my thoughts in order.
Okay, so I was thinking about something that would be fun, something new, something refreshing, something that I would go out and buy to play. I think this would be a really fun game. And my game is called I'm still workshopping a title for this as well, but it's Princess Power Hour. And the game features you playing as Princess Zelda and or Princess Peach. And you are rescuing Mario and Zelda from the clutches of a combined task force of Bowser and Ganondorf.
Dang.
So Link and Mario get kidnapped by Bowser and Ganondorf. They're like, we're going to torture these guys. We're going to wipe these guys out. Obviously, it's not this dark. This is a Nintendo game. But so they get taken. All right, so Zelda and Peach, who you're normally saving, are the ones that you play as in this game. And this game is a hybrid of A Link to the Past style gameplay, as well as Super Mario Bros. 3. I don't know how this will work, but I think it'd be fun if you have a couple side-scrolling moments in the game where you kind of like, you can pick before you go into the level if you want to fight as Peach, and you have like your umbrella and your golf club and you're just hitting people and stuff like that. Or you could play Zelda and you're throwing magic balls at people and stuff. It's a combination of Mario villains and Link villains that we all know and love. And then you also can explore a map and collect, items and stuff like that you can use to help. So it's a fun game. I just think it'd be something refreshing, and playing as different characters would be something nice.
Remind me, the gameplay would be similar to Link to the Past, you said?
And Mario Bros. 3, so they're both SNES style.
So you're swapping back and forth between the platforming of Mario 3 and the fighting of...
I don't know how it would work, but I think it'd be fun.
It's a fascinating concept. So here's my problem. The Mario games are great, and I love them, but they've always been, platformers.
Mm-hmm.
So I like the idea that you have of switching up the gameplay and having Mario 3 and Link to the Past sort of conjoined.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do is take it a step further, and I'm going to call this Super Zelda 64.
Oh.
Basically, with Legend of Zelda, you have an open environment, at least with Ocarina, and not so much with Twilight Princess or Skyward Sword, but I want to put Zelda in a space... I want to put Link in a space trying to fight for Zelda, or even Zelda trying to fight for Link, or however you want to do it, where it's a more contained space, but there are more enemies, and it's more of a focus on the platforming too. So basically just like a dungeon rush almost. So
Sure.
Imagine if the castle... So you get Super Zelda 64, and you have like the Mario castle, right? But every painting has been switched out by Bowser to be like...
Zelda theme.
Yeah, Hyrule
Okay.
themed. And of course, you'll have like the Mario stages, like you can have Link going through Delfino Plaza or whatever in one of the paintings.
So are you playing as Link solely in your game?
I want to play as Link.
Okay, but it's a Mario style.
Yeah,
like Mario 64 style.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Because Mario has been done to death in that environment.
Yeah.
And, maybe you can unlock Mario as an alternate character or skin or whatever, but I think it would be way cooler to have the tools at Link's disposal, like the grappling hook and the arrows and the whip shot or whatever that thing is called. Hook shot. To traverse like a vertical castle.
Sure.
Know? I think that'd be really cool. My other thing was, I think it would be, it would be interesting to see how precise you can make the platforming for Link, because Mario Brothers excels in good platforming games, but Zelda's more about the combat, I think, and the discovering of the world. So
mine's just more of a fun character-driven type goofball story. I think it'd be really cool.
I would play both these games.
I also think a great game idea, this is off topic of what I just pitched, is like a Arkham Knight style Chic game would be really cool too.
Oh man.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, that's the At Dat Corner topic of the week. I just wanted to throw that at you. We'll have more fun topics coming at you throughout the future shows. Let us know what you guys think about the show overall, and what your answer would be to a good Zelda Mario mashup game, or even just like a stylized game like Zach came up with. So, that's all I got for that.
Oh, well, thanks a lot, JP. I think we're going to round this show off then. Hour and 8 minutes, roughly.
Not bad.
Not bad. We cruised through the movie news pretty well, so
yeah.
I'm proud of us. But for everyone that's listening, thank you very much. We appreciate all your support. We just crossed the 300 listens mark on Spreaker.
What up?
So pound there. If you want to get in touch with us, you can email the show at radiovaniashow@gmail.com, or you can tweet at us at Zach Ratello and at @JohnParker. You can also tweet the show at Radiovania. I don't know if I mentioned that already.
No, you did.
But But yeah, we have a lot of ways you can get in touch with us. You can also follow us on Instagram now at Radiovania Show on Instagram, and we're going to try to get that Russian channel to drop.
We'll send you some grams of the Civil War premiere when we go next week, and be on the lookout for a pre-show and a post-show for the movie.
Definitely. But thank you, John, for joining me.
Absolutely. Always a pleasure.